Thank you very much. Okay, Michael.
Hey, so Santa Monica resident since Ocean Park since 1984, Mike Feinstein, and privileged to be on your city council for some of those years. It's obviously within our right to set the heights for this community as residents through our elected officials to decide how high we want. At the same time, I think there's an intellectually fair debate about how much height do you trade off for ground level design. And from an urban planning standpoint, yes, you can get better development on the ground floor if you're willing to take some extra height. So in that debate, I think a lot of what we're hearing now is being just couched in that debate and only within those parameters, but there's some key values I think we're missing, and that's why I wanted to speak. First, from the beach, the 3D modeling that we're getting, the one that I saw that you guys had put up, is from the sky. How many of you are beach people here? Okay, right on, Santa Monica Beach. So I'm down there a lot at the water's edge. When I look back up at the bluffs, at the Palisades, that's the perspective that matters to me, not if I'm in a helicopter looking down on the city. So I really am concerned that with the projects at the Miramar and the Geary building, that we would get to a point of no return with our whole street front there if we allow those two things to pop way up. And the view from the ground at the beach, you know, for me, that's personally as a resident, it's wrong. And I think that we need to be looking at those views, not just from the sky, because that's who we are and that's who the visitors are who come here. Number two, I'm really concerned that we're selling the sky to luxury box development. And this idea that we have to take condos for anything to happen in this dynamic of height versus ground floor quality is wrong. It's like the Geary building, the top 11 floors in that proposal are condominiums that cost $3 to $5 million. Should we really be selling our skyline and our views to the 1%? I don't think that Santa Monica is so desperate that the only way we can get good building design is accepting that. And this is a 20-year plan. The first pretty girl or pretty boy that smiles at us, we're gonna go off with them because they've got a nice shiny building. So I think we really have to look at it from that sort of dynamic about if we are gonna take any extra height in these sites at all. And I think it's fair to have the debate, and I don't even blame the developers for coming and trying to influence the debate by sending something in before it's appropriate. That's fine, because if nobody sent in anything, we'd just be saying intellectually, well, this is just a theory, but we have to see something as substance so we can see what it really means. So I don't have a problem with that. But I think we really need to debate, do we have to sell our views to just people who make $3 to $5 million? Aren't there other ways of getting better development? And we have to continually hit that home. That changes the demographics of neighborhoods, that changes the demographics of uses with the type of people who stay in different areas. When we think about what we did along the beachfront with the RVC zone years ago, we wanted to continue to keep a mix of visitor, commercial, and existing residents. Stephanie Barbanell's street, other folks. We wanted to do that to have a multi-class area because a multi-class dynamic promotes multi-class uses of public spaces, and that's who we've been about for a long time. And if we just sell the sky to $3 to $5 million condos, we're changing the demographics in an area along our beachfront that I think is entirely inappropriate. Finally, in terms of any place where I would be more comfortable taking height, I think the city project between 4th and 5th in Arizona, which is in the middle, that's a place where if we're going to have the ground floor skating rink, for example, and if we want other dynamics to happen down there, that's a place where we could take a little bit more height and we wouldn't see it from anywhere, because it'd be in the middle. We have to be also, in addition to the 3D from the beach, we need to have it from New Tongva Park as well. When you're sitting there in this new gorgeous world-class park we're gonna have, what's the view gonna be like that way? And for the folks who are representing the Holiday Inn, if we're gonna get a community benefit there for some more height, I wanna cover the freeway. We've been talking about covering the freeway since we've been planning the Civic Center for a long time, and we're supposed to be getting more park in that plan in the long run. The only reason I can see to redevelop that is to take, and having them offer that. The final thing I want to say about these condo prices. When you do the Geary building, if you just take those 11 floors and these $3 to $5 million condos, just by itself, that money pays for the whole project, which means the hotels are a cash cow ka-chink. You know, there's no risk. The public benefit, I mean, there's no risk. The benefit is we're selling the sky, giving the developers all the money up front through selling those condos. They have no risk for the project, and so we're getting a little bit more hotel money. To me, it just doesn't work. So those are the two main things, beach and, frankly, an economic class analysis of who we're selling our public views to for the next 100 years. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks. Okay, thank you, Mike.